Hey guys, what's going on? So today I have a rant. It's been a really long time since I've made a rant, but this one's about how people fucking always whine about metal elitism and how metal elitism is very rare. It pretty much almost doesn't exist. Or at least most of the cases when people accuse someone of being a metal elitist, that's not the case at all. It's just about people having different opinions. So yeah. Background, we're listening to Morbid Angel's Domination though. Been really enjoying this album a lot lately. So yeah. Anyways. So to start, basically, this rant was basically fueled by fucking, like, comment sections of, like, Loudwire videos. And also just that this doesn't really have much to do with metal elitism, but just made me think about this type of group of people that accuse everyone of being metal elitists. Because yesterday I saw Jared Dines, well, it wasn't him, it was on the other channel that he has with Austin Dickey, the Dickey Dines Show, did that video ranking metal subgenres on like a tier. And it was really fucking stupid. They said a lot of dumb shit like, oh, death metal's been around for 40 or 50 years and it hasn't evolved at all. And just a bunch of like fucking asinine shit like that that doesn't make any sense. It isn't true at all. But anyways, like I don't even need to explain why that's not true. But anyways, like, to start, like, imagine, you see this all the time in, like, Loudwire comment sections, though. Like, someone will make Loudwire will make a video that's, like, 10 best metal albums of 2018. And then, like, one of them will be, like, the new Ghost album. Well, it's not new anymore, but, you know, the most recent one from 2018. And then in the comment sections, people are just like, that wasn't really a metal album, or I really don't like Ghost. And fucking Ghost fanboys will get all fucking mad and be all like, oh my god, well you're just saying that because it's not cold enough and it's not brutal or underground enough, it's too obscure for you. And that's not true at all. It has nothing to do with Ghost not being like an underground or obscure or fucking, you know, like raw black metal or death metal band or something. It's just that, one, like, just in my opinion, if I were to say that and I got some response like that, it'd be like, I don't know, it's like, one, Ghost, I don't think that at this point they're a metal band, especially at this point in their career. Maybe you could argue that some of their early stuff, like the first album, is like super light, like really poppy doom metal. But other than that though, like most of their newer stuff, like the last album, is just, it's pretty much just pop rock, or hard rock, I don't know, or alternative rock with a metal, like, aesthetic, really. So that's an argument. I'm not saying they're metal because I wouldn't be saying they're not metal because I don't like them, and I don't think anyone would say Ghost isn't metal just because they don't like them. And then like the other thing is like, I don't know, people think that just because you don't like a band that's mainstream means that you instantly, everything that you listen to has to be fucking blackened and raw or brutal, and it's like, no, that's not true at all. I mean, well actually it's kind of hilarious that I'm making this video while wearing a Revenge shirt. But besides the point though, not everything I listen to is fucking black metal and death metal, and I don't like a lot of these bands that like, I don't know, that like just I guess you could say like the normie crowd or beginner metalheads who mostly listen to stuff like really entry-level thrash metal, maybe like one or two death metal bands like Death and Cannibal Corpse, no black metal, and maybe if black metal, maybe like a little bit of Mayhem or a little bit of like Dark Throne or something, or like Dark Funeral, and then like new metal, and then like the most entry level heavy metal bands like you know, like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and Black Sabbath, which there's nothing wrong with most of those bands. Oh, and metalcore and deathcore, that's all the type of stuff that this fan base generally likes. And there's not that there's anything wrong with most of that. The only stuff that I named that in that group of stuff that I don't really care for is like new metal, and then like metalcore and a good bit of deathcore. There are a few deathcore bands I think are pretty good. Like I enjoy Infinite Annihilator. I think they're actually a pretty good band. Although, like getting back to what I was saying though, they like those bands, but they think that just because you like, if you don't like one of those bands from that, you know, that set, then oh my god, you're a fucking elitist. And it's really stupid. Because the whole reason that people started complaining about elitism like a few years ago was because there were actual douchebags running around going like fucking, oh well this band's not metal because I don't like them, or fucking, like for example, like if someone was just like, oh Pantera, you're a fucking poser because you like Pantera, they're not true enough. Which there are people like that out there, but they're extremely rare. It's not that common that I see like black metal or death metal fans like that. And then when you do, it's mostly like black metal fans. And the funny thing is, most of them aren't even usually into that obscure black metal. Like they'll listen to like Burzum once and then go around calling everyone fucking not true enough. So if anything, they're the actual posers themselves, but that's besides the point though. It's really just, I don't know. I think it's really annoying though that you can't have an opinion without being called an elitist. You can't say you don't like a band without being called an elitist. And it's absolutely ridiculous because everyone's entitled to their own opinion. There's a difference between being a douchebag and bashing someone for not liking a band and just saying your opinion. Like if I say like, let's say I say Disturbed sucks because I don't like Disturbed. I'll just say like, yeah, Disturbed fucking sucks. I really fucking hate them. And then someone will be like, oh my god, you're an elitist. You're just saying that because Disturbed don't have blast beats and guttural vocals. And they're just like, oh, you're fucking closed-minded. And it's so hypocritical because this group of people, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm just kind of jumping all over the place because I'm kind of not doing this scripted because there's just so much. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying though, like, what was I saying? Well, like, okay, like if I said like Disturbed fucking sucks, and then they'll be like, oh, you're just fucking, you're a closed-minded elitist because you don't like Disturbed. Like, that's so hypocritical because you're being closed-minded in other ways. Like, this same group of fans, like I'm not trying to generalize, but they're all, I'm not saying all of them, but most people who like fucking run around whining about people being elitist listen to that same set of bands and are part of that demographic of metal fans, and most of them are very entry level. But as I was saying, they're closed-minded about other subgenres though that they don't like the more obscure stuff, like Loudwire. I mean, like Loudwire is pretty much like the fucking, well, not breeding unit for all this, but like if you want to see this type of shit, just go to any Loudwire video really in the comment section. Like people who are just obsessed with like Slipknot and Ghost and shit like that, and that's basically what you'll see with people accusing people of being elitists for stupid reasons. But anyways, but they're closed-minded about other stuff though. Like for example, like Loudwire did a video about like top 10 like stupidly low vocalists or something when it had a bunch of like brutal death metal and slam bands and stuff. And like, a bunch of the people in the comment section were like, why would you listen to it if you can't understand what they're saying? And they sound just as bad as normies who talk shit about regular metal. Like when like someone hears like, I don't know, like Slayer or something and like, oh, it's all screamo. That sounds exactly the same. It's just that these fucking normies who are just barely getting into metal. I mean, obviously, if you're just getting into metal, you're not going to like fucking Devourment or Disgorge. That doesn't mean you gotta be a fucking prick about it. I mean, there's difference between saying, oh, I don't really care for this vocal style, because if you're and you don't even have to be respectful about your own opinion. You could say, oh, I fucking hate this vocal style, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. But if you're just like, why would you listen to this, then that's fucking retarded. Like, like I was saying earlier, I fucking hate Ghost, but I'm not gonna run around going, why would you listen to Ghost? Like, I'll say that Ghost fucking sucks, but I won't, it's different than just being disrespectful towards something. There's a difference between stating your opinion harshly and then just straight up, like, questioning its existence, you know? Because I don't think that entry-level metal shouldn't exist. If anything, entry-level metal is a good thing, because it's what worked people up to, like, you know, fucking heavier shit, or not even heavier, really, but, in my opinion, better shit, or shit that they'll enjoy more, at least. Like, for example, like, I really don't like Slipknot, but, like, I respect their existence and the fact that people will listen to them and go, oh, there's harsh vocals, and then they'll want more stuff like that, and then they'll move on to maybe, like, death metal or something, you know? But just because I don't like Slipknot doesn't mean I'm a fucking elitist. And I'm just so sick of seeing people left and right being labeled elitists just for having fucking negative opinions about certain bands. Because there's a huge difference between having an opinion and then just berating someone for liking a band. Because if you're berating someone for liking a band and you're going around about everything being true or whatever, which there's very few people like that, like I said earlier. Hardly anybody is like that. And when they are, they're usually fucking fake. Like, most of these people who are just like, oh, I've been listening to metal for years, they're usually, like, not even that old. They're usually maybe, like, 13 years old. And they just listen to, like, Dark Throne or Burzum or something. And yeah. But yeah, I don't really know. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you think it's stupid when these people, like these stupid kids run around going like, "Oh, you're an elitist because you don't like new metal or something"? Because I think that taste doesn't make you an elitist. Being an asshole would make you an elitist, but not fucking just having different taste than someone that's a fucking normie. I don't know. There's probably more points I'll think of once I'm done recording this video. But yeah. And like, I don't know, they're just closed-minded towards things outside of that mainstream demographic of metal. Like, how I was talking about how I saw the Jared Dines tier list or whatever. And he had like death metal as like a D tier, and like D being like lower. It was like F to A. Or like doom metal being an A tier. And then Austin Dickey said that Dope Smoker was a band and got that confused with the... I'm sure there probably is a band called Dope Smoker, but he got that album from Sleep confused with the band Sleep. He said, "Oh, what's that band called, Dope Smoker?" And then he put like a fucking... And this wasn't like a joke or something. I didn't just misinterpret a joke because it was pretty obviously fucked up. And then put like a giant thing on the screen of like a screenshot of like the YouTube video for Sleep's Dope Smoker album. But he just cropped out the band name. And it wasn't even like a meme or something. It was just blatant stupidity. And I don't know. And I also think it's really bad though that people with very little knowledge of metal, because they showed so much little knowledge of metal, like saying that extreme metal is its own genre when extreme metal is a fucking umbrella term. It's not an actual genre. Or saying that stuff like pirate metal or Viking metal is a real genre when they're like the mainstream like outlets, if you will, for like metal for people who are just getting into it. I think that's really bad that people with such little information and such little knowledge. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't completely hate Jared Dines. He can be funny. Like, some of his older videos were kind of funny, but he's kind of an idiot at the same time. And that's probably my opinion, because I'll enjoy some of his videos, like, he'll be like, oh yeah, that was entertaining or whatever. But as far as when it comes to him actually, like, unironically talking about metal, it's fucking, like, unbearably just retarded. And yeah, like, but he was saying that, like, somebody, it was either him or Austin Dickey said that, like, said that Metallica is a heavy metal band and not a thrash metal band, and that death metal hasn't evolved at all, which is stupid. Or, and then of course they put, like, new metal and metalcore as, like, higher tier stuff. And again, fucking watch, people are probably gonna see this video and label me as an elitist for not liking this type of stuff. Like, for not liking core genres as a whole, or new metal as a whole. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't really think I think of any genre that I hate as a whole, really. Like, there's probably at least one or two bands that I think are at least okay from each, like, genre that I think is shitty as a whole. Like, for example, like metalcore, I think, like, the early, like, 90s stuff that was more, like, hardcore, influenced, like, stuff like Earth Crisis and stuff like that, like, proto-metalcore, or, like, Converge, stuff like that is cool. But, like, the, like, emo kid, like, fucking, like, Asking Alexandria type stuff, I don't like at all. And also, when people say that core isn't metal, that's not them just being an elitist, though, sometimes, because most of the time that's a fair argument that, like, metalcore and deathcore are more part of, like, hardcore. And I kind of agree with that. I do think that a lot of metalcore especially, is more part of a hardcore culture than metal, really. So, I mean, if you listen to fucking, like, Attack, is there really anything about that sounds metal? And it has nothing to do with me not liking the band, it's just, I don't think that should be considered metal, because there's not much aesthetic-wise, sound-wise, it just doesn't match, really. And deathcore, I feel like some of it can be considered metal, and then some of it can be more closer to hardcore. Like a band like Infinite Annihilator, I feel like they could be considered more metal, because they have a lot of elements of, like, brutal death metal and slam and stuff like that. And even a little bit of black metal. They just have a lot of elements of extreme metal in general. I think they're a really cool band. Well, as opposed to, like, I'm trying to think of a deathcore band that's more hardcore. There are other deathcore bands that I consider more hardcore. I just can't think of any off the top of my head, because I don't know core genres extremely well. But besides the point, some bands are closer to metal than others, and people get arguments about bands being certain genres confused with them just being an asshole. And again, it's stupid, and people just use that as an excuse to be, like, to cover up that they're butthurt. Like, if you're fucking butthurt because someone doesn't like your favorite band, you flip out and go, oh, you're an elitist, and that just needs to stop. It's really stupid. And people need to grow up and grow some fucking balls and like just learn to handle other people's opinions and really just, I don't know, that's about it. Yeah, this video is kind of starting to drag on though, so I should probably end it here. But yeah, if you see somebody who doesn't like your favorite band, don't fucking lose your shit. That's really all I have to say. I'm just really tired of seeing that, and I think it's really stupid. But that's it for this video though. Hope you agree with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that stuff. And I'll see you later.